functions with respect to x. Okay, first one, fx is x squared plus 1 over square root of x. Okay, you can differentiate in complicated way, maybe using the quotient rule, but here's an easier way, right? First, x squared over square root of x, it is just x to the power of 3 over 2, okay? And 1 over square root of x, it is exactly x to the power of -2, negative half. All right, so when you differentiate it, okay, when you differentiate it, you just need to differentiate x to the power of 3 over 2 plus x to the power of negative half. And here you just bring the power down and the power minus 1. Right? Bring the power down, power minus 1. Okay, so this is the easiest way. Of course, you can use a quotient rule, but so let's see if how do we use a quotient rule in part B. Part B, fx is sine x over x squared. Okay, so the quotient rule. Okay, let me write it down here. So u over v's derivative, right? What's the quotient rule? It's u's derivative v minus uv's derivative over v squared. Right, that's a quotient rule. So here, it is sine x. What is sine x derivative? Cosine x. Right, cosine x times x squared minus sine x times x squared's derivative is 2x, right, over x squared squared. Right, which is just x squared cosine x minus 2x sine x over x to the power 4. All right, so that's part B. Part C. Okay, part C. Fx is e to the power of x times x squared times ln x. All right, so it has 3 parts, right? E to the power of x, x squared, and ln x. So we are going to use a product rule twice. So what is a product rule, by the way? It is u times v's derivative. It is u's derivative times v plus u times v's derivative, right? This is a product rule. Okay, so it's designed for 2 parts product, but here we have 3 parts. So you're going to use it twice. Okay, so let's first treat this part as u, okay? Treat this part as v. So it's u's derivative times v. E to the power of x derivative is just e to the power of x, right? Times v. Okay, so this is u's derivative times v plus, right, plus u times v's derivative. U times v's derivative. Okay, so how do you differentiate this? You need to do it again, right? So let's do it down here. So what is x squared times ln x derivative? Right? You need to treat this as u, right? You need to treat this as u, this is v, right? So here it's x squared's derivative is 2x times ln x plus x squared times ln x derivative is 1 over x. Okay, so this part is u's derivative times v plus u times v's derivative. Okay, so this is 2x ln x plus x. All right, so you can put it down here. It's 2x ln x plus x. All right, so then you can just put them all together. It's e to the power of x times x squared log x plus 2x log x plus x. Okay. So problem 4. Problem 4, you need to use a quotient rule. Alright, problem 4, you need to use a quotient rule. Fx is 1 plus sine x over x plus cosine x. Right, so what is the derivative? Again, it's a quotient rule, right? It's u over v's derivative. It's u's derivative v minus uv's derivative over v squared. Okay, so here, u's derivative, 1 plus sine x, what's the derivative? Cosine x, right? Cosine x times x plus cosine x minus u times v's derivative. So what is v's derivative? 1 minus sine x. Okay, over x plus cosine x squared. Right, then all you need to do is just simplify it. Right, all you need to do is just to simplify it. So here on the top we have, x cosine x plus cosine x squared. Okay, minus here it's 1 plus sine x, 1 minus sine x, right? Result is 1 minus sine x squared. Okay, 1 minus sine x squared, it is exactly cosine x squared. Yes. Right. Bottom part, just copy. So these two parts, they cancel out, right? These two parts, they cancel out. So it is x cosine x over x plus cosine x squared. Right.